Is this team ever going to learn how to play disciplined hockey?
Is this management group ever going to realize that Dallas Eakins can't figure this team out?
I feel like we're saying the same thing here.
Hello everybody and welcome to DDFR number 14 on the season. Today we're going to react to the Minnesota Wild playing against the Anaheim Ducks in a 4-1 loss for the Anaheim Ducks. This is going to be a fun one. Let's hop right into it. So this is actually my second time recording all of this because I didn't realize it, but my mic was not working on the first attempt. On top of that, I'm not feeling great, so I'm going to try and do this as quick as possible. So, some things to note in this one. Adam Henrique was out of this game because he was awaiting the birth of his child with his wife. Congratulations, Adam Henrique. I hope that you guys have a easy birth and everything went smoothly. So the first period, there wasn't any scoring. There were two penalties that occurred. Tyson Yost took a trip against Mason McTavish, and Ducks power play didn't look very good. Wasn't very exciting. Things to note in this period, though, were Gibson was seeing through screens pretty well. He made some really nice saves through some screens in front, and yeah, the Ducks were keeping pace with the Wild. They weren't getting hemmed in their own zone that much. They were keeping pace with them. So at the end of the second period, Nathan Beaulieu takes a roughing penalty on Adam Beckman. Kind of a dumb penalty. Just not a smart play. And then to start the second period, Kulikov takes a hook on Joel Eriksson-Ek. This causes a 5-on-3 for just a few seconds. Ducks are able to kill both of these penalties off. And then Ducks get jobbed. So, Trevor Zegras. This looks familiar. I wonder what he's doing here. Wonder what he could be doing. Trevor Zegras. You slick minx. Look at this. What a beautiful, beautiful Michigan goal. And Dean Evanson decides to shit all over it. Dean Evanson, you're a piece of shit for this. This is abusing the offside review. Look, man. This is what we're taking a Michigan goal away for? This? Really? Oh, my God. Offside review needs to go away. It needs to go away. Matt Duchene ruined it for everybody, and it needs to go away. It should be very obvious that this offside did not affect the play. I'm sorry. 16:28, and it was 16:04 when the goal was scored. Ducks were in their zone that entire time. This offside affected nothing. And the Ducks had a beautiful Zegras goal taken away off of a dumb, stupid rule that, frankly, is going to cost the NHL fans. Do you think people want a Zegras goal taken away, a Zegras Michigan goal taken away, based off of a few inches? Nah. NHL, got your work cut out for you on this one. Better figure this out because you're going to lose fans like this. So after the Ducks got that goal stripped from them, that should have been a goal, but they technically got right, Nathan Beaulieu decides to take away a really good scoring opportunity from the Ducks. Yes, that's right. He takes it away from his own team. The Ducks have a 3-on-1, and Nathan Beaulieu, in his infinite wisdom, drops the gloves with Connor Dewar behind the play in his own defensive zone. Go sit in the press box, buddy. Go sit in the fucking press box. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. You need to go watch the game because you obviously can't see from where you are on the ice what's going on. If your team has a 3-on-1, fight the guy after the play is over. It literally did not matter that Connor Dewar got his ass whooped by Nathan Beaulieu. Connor Dewar potentially saved a goal. This game should probably be at 2-0 before this play. If this play and the offside challenge were not a thing, the Ducks would be up 2-0 in my honest opinion. They would be up 2-0. But here we are. Ducks get a power play for tripping Troy Terry. Decent power play. Looked okay. And then, things get a little chippy here. So Max Jones skating next to Matt Boldy. Matt Boldy gives him a little shot. Jones gives him a shot back. And then Boldy gives him another shot and, jumps on him. And so Matt Boldy gets 2 minutes for roughing Max Jones. Another 2 minutes for roughing Max Jones. Max Jones gets 2 minutes for roughing Matt Boldy. Zuccarello serves the extra 2 minutes for Boldy. And, Ducks go on the power play. This power play was the best power play that they've had in a long time. The puck was moving really, really well. They were moving it fast. But, yet again, the Ducks power play is far too predictable. They're doing one of two things. They're feeding Terry for a one-timer, or they're feeding Zegras for a one-timer. And it's always shots from the perimeter. You don't score on the power play like that. Someone pointed out on Twitter that the guy who's running the Ducks power play did the same exact thing when he was in Vancouver. And the entire Vancouver power play when he was there was Quinn Hughes finds Elias Pettersson. And now it's either Cam Fowler finds Trevor Zegras or Cam Fowler finds Troy Terry. It's too predictable. So Ducks don't score. But they use that momentum that they had on the power play. So Frank Vetrano enters the zone. He finds Pavel Regenda at the top right here. And wow, what a shot by Regenda. Beautiful, beautiful torque on this stick. Look at the bend on this stick. This stick is here after it is here. This is where the stick should be if it wasn't bending. Beautiful shot. Right up and over Philip Gustafsson's glove. And the Ducks take a 1-0 lead. Even though at this point, this should probably be a 3-0 lead. But it wouldn't be the Anaheim Ducks if they didn't try and shoot themselves in the foot with a poisoned bullet. Nonetheless, forget just a normal bullet. Let's poison the bullet and shoot ourselves in the foot. That's what Anaheim decided to do. Max Jones throws his hands up in the air like he can't believe the call. Oh my God, I got called for hooking. No way, I just went for a stick lift. Buddy, you hit his hands. You hit his hands. They're going to call that every single time. I mean, you don't like it? Go complain to Sidney Crosby. They installed this penalty, like this interpretation of the penalty, because Sidney Crosby decided to literally try and chop Mark Mathot's finger off. I don't know what you're expecting, Max. They've been calling this for years. Don't hit his hands. It's that easy. It's really, really, really that easy. Don't hit his hands. It's that easy. Ducks go on the penalty kill with 3:36 left in the second. And Krill the fucking Thrill Kaprizov has a beautiful deflection in the high slot. Matt Boldy sends a hard shot pass along the ice after getting a pass from Kalen Addison himself. Kaprizov is in the high slot. And nice little redirection right up and over Gibson's shoulder. Gibson never sees it. 1-1 going into the third. I'll be honest with you. At this point, I don't know why they haven't fired Dallas Eakins. Ducks have 4 wins. Whoop-de-doo. 4 wins in 14 games. Woohoo, woohoo. This is the most undisciplined hockey I've ever seen in my life. So Klingberg takes a hook on Tyson Yost. Bad play. Simon Benoit takes a hold on Kaprizov. Ducks broadcast had no idea why this was called a hold. This was very obvious a hold. When you hook your arm with your stick around a player and then come around with the other arm, you're bear hugging him, man. I don't know what you're expecting. Benoit, fucking go to the box, dude. Go to the box. Stop complaining. You fucking play the game correctly, and maybe they won't call you for a penalty. This was so very obvious. Just the Ducks, couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up. And so they were holding and hooking these players. So before we get into how the rest of the third period went, we are going to talk about Matt Dumba's goal. Mason Shaw throws this puck at the net. Connor Dewar deflects off of his skate and right into the low slot. What makes you think you are ever going to win if you allow a defenseman to sit in your low slot like this? This is horrible. The defensive structure is horrid here. Yeah, Cam Fowler pinched along the boards. Comtois was chasing Dewar here. Simon Benoit, buddy. You and Nathan Beaulieu, you're lucky that there's two defensemen in this game that look like absolute fucking dog shit. Because at this point, I don't know if it's Nathan Beaulieu because he took that fight, or if it's Simon Benoit because he allowed this to fucking happen. One of them is watching next game. And if they're not, dude, fire Dallas Eakins into the sun. Fire him into the sun, baby. This is unacceptable. 2-1. Easy goal. From all of that undisciplined play, we now have a goal that was actually pretty fun to watch. Even though it was scored against my team, this was pretty fun to watch. So, Zuccarello plays catch with Kaprizov. They're getting John Gibson to look left, right, left, right, left. So the Ducks are so focused on Eriksson Ek, Addison, and Boldy here that they don't realize, look, Krill, he's leaning forward. He's coming to the net. And man, what a play by Kaprizov. Zuccarello, right back to him. As he snuck in, just tucks it right in next to Gibson. I don't fault Gibson all that much because look at how open Eriksson Ek is. This whole defensive structure on this 5-on-3 was horrid. And Ducks end up paying for it with a slick little goal from Krill the Thrill. Ducks are now down 3-1. As the Ducks are down 3-1, they're still trying to kill off Simon Benoit's hold against Krill Kaprizov. And Klingberg takes another penalty. And he flips this puck right up and over the glass. Undisciplined. They're back on a 5-on-3. They're able to kill it off this time. But yeah, no, the Ducks were chasing from here on out. The entire game, they looked so behind the Wild at this point. And can't play looking defeated like that. Can't play looking defeated like that, man. So, if the Ducks are playing against somebody that they used to have on their team, more often than not, they're scoring. I'm surprised Sam Steele didn't score this game, considering he was on the Ducks last year. Joseph Cramarosa. He was a Duck a few years back. Of course he's going to score. Tyson Yost finds Cramarosa, and you want Gibson to have this one, but at this point the team just, their body language was horrible. They were acting defeated. This game was over. This game was over after the Kaprizov goal. They were so downtrodden, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. It was such undisciplined play, and yet here they are acting all mopey, like, Mommy just took away my PS4. Like, stop it. Stop acting like this. So if it wasn't already obvious that this game was starting to get chippy, especially with all of the Ducks' undisciplined play, Ryan Strome trips up Jonas Brodin, and he gets punched in the face for it by Matt Dumba. They even things out 4-on-4. Play it out. Nothing happens. And then we get to a minute and the second left. 1 minute, 1 second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 penalties. Alright, let's just rifle through this. Shaw, 2 minutes for roughing. Comtois, 2 minutes for roughing. Middleton, 2 minutes for roughing. Duar, 2 minutes for roughing. Z, 2 minutes for roughing. Benoit, 2 minutes for roughing. And 2 minutes for roughing for Middleton again. So, this ended up giving the Ducks a power play. But let's get into all of the people that got kicked out. So, we have Trevor Zegras out of the game. We have Mason Shaw out of the game. Connor Duar out of the game. Max Comtois, bye-bye. Simon Benoit, see you later. Jacob Middleton, another fucking player gone. God, the Ducks looked bad in this game. They lose 4-1. The power play didn't do anything because, yet again, incredibly predictable, and they were missing Max Comtois and Trevor Zegras on the power play. Not much you're going to do when you're missing two players that are very crucial. You have Max Comtois, who's supposed to be a big screen in front, and Trevor Zegras, who you literally only feed one-timers to. Yeah, this was abysmal. As you can tell, Ducks actually played half decent for two-thirds of this game. 39 shots, 32. It's only 7 difference. It really wasn't that different. Anaheim outmuscled the Wild just a little bit. 2 more hits. Dead even in the faceoffs. 3 less minutes than the entire game. That's how many penalty minutes they had. 3 less minutes than the amount of time that was in the entire game. Abysmal. Absolutely abysmal by the Anaheim Ducks. So I could go into how the Ducks are undisciplined and how Eakins should be fired, but I feel like I did that pretty much this entire video. Yeah, Ducks play against the Blackhawks, who have been surprisingly decent. They've actually had some decent goaltending in Chicago this year. Their defense has looked good. Jonathan Toews actually looking like Jonathan Toews of old, with 7 goals on the year already. Very, very good for him. They need him to perform like that if they want any value out of him at the trade deadline. Both him and Patrick Kane are up this year. Both of these teams are in the suck hard for Bedard sweepstakes. And yeah, Ducks play them on Saturday at 7 o'clock. And this one is going to be on Bally Sports West. For Chicago, I'm not really sure. If you're in Canada, it's either on Sportsnet or TSN, and if you're anywhere else in the States other than Southern California, it's probably on ESPN+. This will be an interesting game. Ducks offense has been a little bit more active than the Blackhawks, but the Blackhawks defense has looked a little bit better than the Ducks, because, I mean, you obviously look better anytime you look at something that's, you know, existing compared to something that's non-existing. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me in this DDFR. I appreciate everybody who showed up and supported. Hit that like button if you really liked what you saw. Hit that subscribe button if you really, really liked it. And I will see you in the next one.